you the link.
I'm actually not
Join us.
I'm
We're waiting
actually
for
not
you.
prepared for.
You're not prepared. Okay, no problem.
I didn't know I was meant to join you.
Okay. Sorry about that. But if you can, join us. If you cannot, listen to us.
Oh, I'm actually online, with you. And I was
Okay.
actually on Instagram.
Okay, but you can join us on the restream. If you can, please join us. If you can. If you cannot, you can keep watching us. We want to make it a discussion panel.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. I've sent you the link if you can. Because Alibaba kept mentioning his name based on his contribution.
Oh yeah. I think it was. Yeah, it was.
It was.
You were rephrasing and putting all of those points.
Yes.
And honestly, thoroughly enjoyed him. One of the things
I mentioned
that
I told
the key thing that he was.
You just recall the session at ESC, what he said at ESC and all that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see, the key point he was making is so important. We must not miss it. I saw all the, we identified all of those problems, but they are very, very key points. And it's something that needs to be, driven home, because what he's identifying is that generational gap. Because if you find out the generation that really did parenting very well, okay, the ones of our parents, I think the generation gap of the builders and baby boomers, they did an extremely great job in parenting. But when the success came, when the quality of life increased, the demand to maintain that lifestyle now began to shift from adding value to the family, raising the kids, into pursuing the business, raising the business, maintaining the business. That's where all of the cracks began to show in.
Very true.
Started showing,
Very true.
I mean, think about it. I remember telling my dad that I wanted to play soccer for a living. He said, I wanted to slap. He said, me, my own child. What will I tell my friends? What is your son doing for a living? He's playing soccer. Right? So those are the kind of things that drove off into education. Now, let's agree on something. Okay. The world has changed from that time.
Yes.
Because I will tell you that if somebody said, just like he said, his child wants to be a DJ or whatever, that is still something that is crazy today. It's something that, as long as he puts in the work, it's an option. But there were no role models. There were no people that are made playing soccer back there. I'm talking about in their own time when we grew up. But now it's something that somebody can do as a career.
Yeah, very true. The flexibility of mind to receive that and adapt to that idea is there now.
Yeah. It's really key. But the key point is, how does that change? How can the fathers of today, begin to be those role models that our fathers or our great grandfathers were?
Yeah.
To me, we have to go back to the foundation, man.
That's a lot, because when I'm thinking of it now, I'm almost tempted to craft a topic on the endangered father or endangered father.
The endangered species.
The way he intertwined the idea of a guy busy waiting for the big break, instead of him to start little, the girl was 4 years, 5 years, she's bought a place, she's bought a car, renting a place of her own, she's independent.
Yeah.
So he can't match that level up. So that's another issue. And the guy who does not have sufficient education and he wants to get married, the next thing he goes into the village, pick up a girl. So the circle. So when I look at our national development, our national policy, it's not that we don't have good policies to support development alone. That is the issue. Those are those things he highlighted are also the critical elements.
Yeah.
Elements.
Yeah. and it has gone on. It has gone on for so long, right? That it has now become a way of life, which is the power of culture. Right?
Thank you.
Which is the power of culture. Is so right? Culture is so powerful, right? Even Jesus said that
scripture
by what the word says.
You by reason of your traditions makes the word of God non-effect.
You have made the word of God of non-effect.
So
yeah, they destroyed because their mindset is that I know we can't take care of our parents, and it has become a cycle, a way of living that has just paralyzed the efficacy of the word. So what needs to be done, or what needs to now come to the forefront is how do we fix this?
Okay.
How do we fix this? I mean, we can highlight all the problems. We can highlight all the problems, in the world. We can write a book. We can do a movie on it.
Yeah.
Can write a sequel. But to fix it, I still say, and I keep pushing on. We have to go back to the original intent. We have to go back to the basics.
Okay, so some of the factors he highlighted, the economic issues, because I asked him a question that in today's society, the model in which our society is running on now, can we? So in going back to the
listen, I have a theory. Forget that. No, in this society, no way. There has to be. I mean, I've been saying it, jokingly, but honestly, I personally don't see any other alternative because you have to scrap what is on the ground now and start over. You have to scrap it.
Yeah.
Think about it now. Look at the days of Noah, for example. How many preaching could Noah go around and be preaching? Yeah. God said that for this thing to go well, I need to scrap the whole thing. I scrapped the whole thing. The whole thing. And that's what needs to happen.
You're testing me with my line of thought, and that line of thought has been very dominant. What is just highlighted about Noah now and the issue of the ark is the same with the issue of Moses, Joshua, and the promised land.
Yeah.
These stiff-necked people will not allow, they didn't allow Moses to get to the promised land. And the Bible said God now killed all of them in the desert. And
what do you do if you want to see? It's a valid. I have been telling people carefully. It's a valid point because how do you the average child born in Nigeria in the last, let's say 20-25 years, to him corruption is normal.
Yeah, very normal.
He doesn't have any other reference point.
No reference.
The way the economy is now, where there's deprivation, where there's all this lack, to him that's normal. He doesn't have any other frame of reference. So you can't. How do you come and now retrain or re-indoctrinate that? Even God said it, that these guys, I need to kill them in the desert before they go. Yeah, this mindset. If I take them to the promised land, they will make it where they are coming from. And he literally had to kill them all before they went. So the kind of fathers that raised the same ones
cucumber and ate all the
because those ones are the ones that were born in the desert. They were born through the journey. So when they went into the promised land, they had to start a new dynasty. That's what's going to happen, because the way things are now, you can't re-indoctrinate people on that.
Yeah.
You can't change that. It's the culture, the belief system, the mindset, the way of living it has set. If you have to change it, you have to be breaking mode.
So religion is not even helping in any way.
Like we said, it's the opium of the people.
It's
The opium of the masses.
It's not helping. You know, it's
It's
not
the
helping.
opium of the masses.
I think the most dangerous thing that are caught up with this nation, that has hindered development in this nation, is religion.
I
Agree. So because when it comes to religion, people suspend their faith.
I think it's one of the many things. Oh yeah, and that's because look at it. What he was talking about education. I remember there was a time before I left the country where, you know, a man of God will tell you something, and you don't have the presence or the wisdom of mind to go and check it yourself.
Yeah, to confirm whether it's true or not.
But why is it that they don't do that? Part of it is lack of the education he was talking about.
Yes, that's true.
The laziness to use your mind,
to verify.
The creativity yeah. So you see people doing all sorts of crazy things, and you're wondering, is it not the same Bible that we are reading? I mean, you and I have talked about it. Some of the crazy things you see online that the men of God are doing or saying and getting people to do. Are people in their right frame of mind?
Yeah. Oh.
So it's part of it now. It's part of the list. We can try to lay blame, but at the same time, you know, think about it. Human beings are they are programmable, and the best thing you can do for yourself is program yourself.
So there's this story that makes round saying after the Hiroshima bombing, Japan sat down, drew up a national strategy for 20 years, and they narrowed it down to one thing: education. So they began to pick some of the kids, send them to the developed world, Western countries, particularly the United States, for them to get educated. And they focused on just one aspect: technology.
Yeah.
One aspect, they built their curriculum, built their resources around the fact that they are sending these ones as experts, go back and bring that knowledge in. So when we look at our population, that's scrapping that thing. Because I'm trying to think, you look at the invested.
I don't think government is the solution.
Never.
I don't think government is the solution. The government can only be the solution if we have the right leaders that now come and take over.
But the pool where we are going to get the leaders from, is it not the pool that the water is dirty? You know, so that's where the Coco is saying something that even you, religion is not helping. Can we go deeper on that? Yeah, we are going deeper on that because I think what religion should do is to educate and empower people. What Jesus Christ came to do was to teach and teach. So when he was teaching, he kept referring to the fact. I was reading something today about Father's Day, and Jesus said, the Bible said, the author said, Jesus mentioned Father much more than any word. My father, my father, my father, my father, my father. He had a reference point. He was educated enough to go into the temple, pick a book, and read, and said, this is fulfilled. So I think what religion really should do is to sit down and find a way of enlightening and educating people, setting up structure. But my challenge is when the pastor himself is not even enlightened, he's not even educated.
Now you are hitting the point. It is the same, you see, the same problem you have in the country that we are citing with the government is the same problem we have religion in the government of those that, the fake ones, let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Because what you have just highlighted now, that's the purpose of coming together, right? You want to enlighten people, you want to bring them from darkness into light. I mean, typically back in those days, if a church, right, or a religious body went into a rundown community, that community turns around.
True.
That community turns around. It's like light going into darkness. There's development, there's economic development, there's enlightenment of the people. We are building infrastructure where people But the wrong people now get into the ship of religion. They now start turning. They don't understand that for you to lead is for you to serve. It's not about you. They now start making it about them. The focus is now about them instead about turning or training or transforming people's lives. Now, the people also don't make it any easier because just like, remember, I think somewhere in Acts where Paul and Barnabas did just one simple miracle, and then they started to worship them and said, let us go down.
Very true.
Right?
Very true.
People also don't help because you now start putting these people on pedestals, right? That they cannot be on. They're just men like you. I tell people that I lead, I have the same access to God that you have.
Yeah.
There's not an extra, there's not a back door access. There's not a special door that I enter into.
Yeah.
As is your father, is my father also.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Very, very
I
true.
talk to you like I talk to you. We don't. That's it. And these religious leaders see that and they pray on it.
You need to hear what some pastors preach and what some pastors say on the pulpit. I cringe. You need to hear some. I was speaking at the pastors' conference recently on Zoom, and the pastor was telling me that he was asking a question, was question and answer time, and he said, "You know what? We are not able to do palliatives for our people because we are in the middle of a church building." For me, that was old syllabus. I felt, why should somebody think building buildings now? And when your church members are losing their jobs, they are losing their.
Can you imagine?
They are losing their when it's supposed to be about people. And you are saying, oh, you can't cater for them simply because you are in the middle of a building. And I said, sir, with this COVID-19, I'm not sure this sickness or this disease will go away in the next 2 years. And I don't see years.
Exactly.
You remember your failure in not taking care of them, and they will come after you. But they will go to that building and begin to steal the things to sell for them to be able to feed their family. And I said, sir, this is the time to forget building. This is the time to put those resources and spend it on your people. Help them. Especially the ones who have lost their job. Help them cater for their needs. Help them meet their needs. He said, really? I said, yes, really. He said, what will now happen to our church building project? I said, forget. So I saw that if the mindset of the pastor is wrong, then there's nothing you can do.
But you know why his mindset is wrong? He has picked up subconsciously a model of what's like.
Thank you.
So he thinks that the picture of a successful church is to have a big, huge building. He does not understand that it's about the people. It's about people.
First,
money that you are building, the stuff that you are buying, I give it 3-5 years, it will be outdated.
Somebody will come with a better building.
But the people that are adding value to will always, because the human being is the highest, most valuable creation that God made.
Yeah, the most valuable. Yeah, true. Very true. Very, very true. Very true.
And the church itself is not the building, by the way.
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
It's the people.
Those who brought religion to us, who brought the Bible to us, they started church in a tent, handmade tent.
That's right.
Rather than be quoting the Bible at us and telling us how we are wrong and all of that, they came with education. They taught us how to read and write first. They organized schools. So when I look at the traditional churches, two things. They found out that because they saw the infant mortality rate, they helped resolve the infant. They saw the plague of malaria. They brought that. They were the ones doing the healing. They didn't organize a crusade.
They were the ones bringing.
Yeah, they didn't do a healing crusade
Yeah.
with the pastor's poster on it and say, come, whatever your sicknesses and diseases, you'll be healed. They set up an hospital and they gave us school. So what is going on with the modern day church?
We're losing the basics. We're shifting from the basics. We're shifting from the foundation. You know, I train as an architect. You know that no matter how beautiful your building design is, right? No matter, it is still the foundation that will determine everything.
Yeah.
And the kind of foundation you have determines the kind of building that you can build.
Very true.
You see, the kind of foundation we call slab on grade, right? Over here in the US. It's basically you just this flat. You really can't build story building on that. But if you want to build towers and skyscrapers, you have to dig deep and go with piers down, and then you can build skyscrapers.
Awesome.
So if what we're trying to do is build skyscrapers on slab foundations, on faulty foundation, and Matthew 7 tells us that you can't stand when the storms of life come.
You can't stand.
And that's what we're seeing today.
So this endangered species of fathers that we're talking about, these endangered fathers that we're talking about, that Ali Baba really emphasized on now, because that is the profile that I derived from that whole conversation, that we have an endangered fatherhood.
Right.
Can we blame the church for that? Because these fathers are men, isn't it? And
yes.
So if irresponsible fathering or irresponsibility on the part of the men becomes an issue that the church addresses or have failed to not this come up at all, resources and pick bright young children who are who have been deprived, they invest in them, invest resources and all of that in them, we will have had a better approach. That's it. So if the wife goes to the church and let the church know that her husband is a monster at home, who beats, who violates her domestically, and the church puts that father or that man into rehabilitation and whip him with common sense. So we will stop having sexual predators. No, because all this profile of men that we have now, this endangered fatherhood, these predators who rape their own children, 3-year-old children, who rape their own house helps.
But they are getting the model from somewhere. Where did they get the model from?
So the church is a suspect.
They are following a model, and that's why I said that we can try to lay all the blame, right? Let's talk about how do we fix this. Back, right? To the foundation, going back to your original design. Look at what 2 times in scripture we see where God speaks to his son, right?
Yeah.
The father speaking to his son.
Yeah.
This is my son, in whom I am well pleased.
Yeah.
You know why? He was so proud of him because he was following a model. Right? He was following the model of the father, and the father was just so proud of him. So his outcome and his result was extremely predictable, that this guy is doing. So I can brag about him. I can tell the whole world that I am well pleased in him. We don't have any. Which models do we have today?
That's the challenge.
Which models do we have today? Look at it. Before I got married, there was a couple in the church then. Honestly, with all I was seeing about marriage, it wasn't something you want to look out to, because it's not a whole lot of people that were doing.
The testimonies are not interesting.
Yeah, but there was a couple, very elderly couple. I used to watch them. I mean, I'm talking about when I was 19, 20, right? I used to watch this man, right? He would open the door for his wife. He would hold his wife. He will hold his wife in church. They used to do PDA, public PDA of affection. I'm like, yeah, I like this.
Exactly.
Till today, I never saw my father kiss my mother. My eyes were blind.
Old school.
I never saw anything like that. But this man, he just used to. I used to watch them from. They used to fascinate me, and I said to myself then that when I get married, I'm going to make sure that I model this with my wife. I still spoke to the man last week that you don't know how much I've been married 18 years.
Yeah.
I said that you don't know how my life, because I left home, I left Nigeria very young, so I couldn't say I had that. I could get that model from my parents, so he now became my model.
Yeah.
So what I'm displaying now is because I'm following a model that I saw.
Exactly.
Yeah. So to answer or to pinpoint the point that you brought is because there are not enough models out there. I told you what about a child that says he wanted to play soccer for a living, and my dad said, "Are you crazy? You want?" There's this guy. Yeah, there's this guy here in Houston that he used to play for Super Eagles, and there was a time where after he stopped playing for Super Eagles, he moved to Malaysia. So, and he was doing well in one of those clubs there. So he now brought his father, and the father was enjoying the luxury way of living because now he was now making money.
Yeah.
He now asked his father. He said, "But daddy, when I wanted to play soccer and I used to sneak out to play soccer, I said you are discouraging me. You are beating the crap out of me. But now I here in Malaysia enjoying the fact that I disobeyed you. I went to go play soccer." You know what the father said? He said, "My son, it's not that. It's because there are no models. There were no models. There's nobody around there that was playing soccer and making it. So how will I say my son is playing soccer for it?" Just to highlight the fact that you see this issue of role modeling is so profound.
Very
teenagers, father, that you're talking about.
Oh my God. Okay, so back to the basics now. I'm in agreement with the basics, but should we do the Noah thing or we do the Moses thing? Going back to the basics.
I'm starting from scratch. Okay, wait. How everything will scatter. That one is up in the air.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That one's up in the air. A lot of people can give you different natural disaster, maybe even this pandemic. Just scatter the whole thing. But in fixing it, it's still going to be going back to the basics, the original design. Why did God make man in the first place? Why did He make man first? Because He wanted man to be the foundation.
Yeah.
To be. We say family is the foundation of the society, right? But if you look at it in technical terms of God's design, it's the man. The foundation of any good society. The reason why He made man first and put man in the garden, right? The man's job was to extend the garden to the whole world. When He made man, He showed man everything in the garden.
Run a beautiful.
In other words, His responsibility. His responsibility is to see the potential and then continue to spread it far and wide. So when He now made woman, He literally was saying that He is a man.
The reason why I made you first is because I want you to take the lead.
That's why one of the key responsibility of the father is to be leader at home.
Yes.
That's why you are called the head. And because you are the head, right, you have the responsibility to, right, with our head, there's eyes, right? You have to see, you have to have vision.
Yeah.
You have to have a vision of a glorious future and the potential. That's why God showed him the garden first.
Reference that.
See for your own family. See. So that responsibility to lead is missing.
The responsibility
and that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
We
say that
We say that everything rises and falls on the head. We don't have fathers that are their
one of the things I was tempted to point out to Ali Baba, I remember a conversation. I was thinking of that conversation recently. I was just reminiscing on my dad. And I remember when my dad announced to us on our way to church one Sunday morning, and he announced to us in the car that he's buying a new car. I was like, oh, really? And he pointed to the type of car he wanted to buy. At that time was who was it then? One of these new Toyota brands then. We were so excited. I was so excited that we were going to have a new car. So I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to the new car. Then suddenly the new car never came. So I was wondering, and what was going on? So, I think I was in a different generation. I went to meet him and I asked him, and I said that, this car you said you were going to buy, you raised my hopes. I've been looking forward to the car. When is the car going to come and all that? And he responded, he said, we've suspended the idea of the car for now. And I said, why? He said, he said, your siblings are in the university. Your brother just got enrolled in medical school. Your immediate other brother is preparing to resume at the engineering school now. And when I see how much their school fees cost, I thought that it would be wise for me to save whatever I have now for your own future by the time you resume to want to go to the school. When you want to go to university. He said, if I buy that car now, it will hinder me being able to pay your school fees when you decide to go to the university. He said, so let me.
And you won't become the lawyer today.
I'll never become. That thing was so powerful, but my mind didn't grab it. But it did. And I looked at what he said, and I'm looking at it in the light of my own present circumstance, that my father sacrificed the luxury of buying a new car or feeling good amongst his friends to retain that. He said, good. In fact, it was that conversation that made me know what inflation is about. I just knew they were throwing the word inflation. I think I was in secondary school or maybe primary school. I can't even remember. My siblings are way older. So he said, the inflationary rate now, I would devalue the power of the naira, such that by the time you are going to school, it will be high. He said, your siblings are paying, having the kids in the university all at the same time is not convenient for him. He said, but you have to save towards it. So I was now thinking of myself. I said, if my children decide to go to Harvard today,
can I afford it? Or do I have any plan?
Do I have resources now that can take care of that as a father? Because I don't know running a program right now, looking for another that. So I said, if my child now decides that, okay, Daddy, I want to go to Harvard, I don't want to assume, there'll be scholarship. I don't want to assume, there'll be funding. I don't want to assume. So I'm beginning to think, I need to position myself now and begin to think of it that if these kids decide to go,
that's it. And do you know why you have that outlook? Because you have a model. It goes back to what I said. You have a model. You have a blueprint that you are following. You saw what your dad did. Now you say, I need to do the same thing. Imagine you never had that model. It's not like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we need to now begin to create new models if our kids are going to have a chance.
Wow. Okay. Now, in that model that you're talking about now, because I'm thinking of cultural artifacts and the things that represent. For example, Michael Jackson was a model. Sunny Ade was a model. Then one day, and I said, I love Sunny Ade so much, I want to be like him. Then one of my family friends responded and said, Sunny Ade never went to school, he was a dropout. And that thing killed every desire to be Sunny Ade as a model for me to sing.
Now, I say that you probably thought like that because you had not been looking at your father yet. You see, I always tell people that if a father makes and does and plays his role very well, the child should always be like, I want to be like my father.
Oh, sure.
Not, I want to be like one
sure
Instagram influencer, or I want to be like my father. If the father plays the role, so just like you said, it's a huge responsibility. Fatherhood is a huge responsibility. It's making sure that we are sticking to the blueprint of God's original plan.
Awesome.
Yeah, honestly, I believe that. I say the basic rule of a father is basic rule, not basic rule, obviously more. Is leader, provider, defender.
Yeah.
Leader, provider, defender.
Yeah.
If he plays the role of leader, he will do what your father did. Instead of investing in a car, let me invest in the son so that he will have a glorious future. He can buy me 10 times the car that I want to buy now. That's leadership. Because leadership is adjustment, making the necessary adjustment.
And the sacrifice,
yeah, making the sacrifice. You know, eating last.
Wale just made a comment now that fatherhood must be approached with intentionality, and it pretty sums up what you're saying now. That so because I asked Ali Baba a question. I said when we started at the beginning, I said, "You're being a father now. Did you go to the school where you were trained to be a father? You married and your wife got pregnant. Did anybody come and say, oh, you're now a father? So this is how a father does. Or, like we go for marriage counseling and they teach you how to be a couple, how to be a husband and all that. I remember when I got married and my wife would raise issues and I said, babe, I've never been married before. So this is my own learning opportunity. I'm just learning now. I'm just learning now. I know that. So because the intentionality aspect is what I want to approach now from what you've been talking about.
Yeah, and that's part of what I'm going to say, that age. Your ignorance is your choice.
Yeah.
In this day and age, if you don't find and you don't have enough sense to go for the information, you will always be backward. I tell people that intentionality, I studied